What's going on, everybody? We're here. We're going to review episode 2 of season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I'm Zach.
And my name is Andrew.
And, yeah, let's get this thing started.
Okay, first, I want to say I sent you a picture. I don't know if I sent you a picture. I need to add it or share it on the group, but it was like a picture from SpongeBob.
Oh,
and it shows,
yeah. I did see that.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., just the show, season 1 through 3.
Yeah.
Had like a couple people gathering, but then when they had Ghost Rider, it's like everyone packs in.
Yeah, I did see that. That was funny.
So whoever is joining now, welcome.
Yeah, and if you haven't seen season 1 through 3, you need to go back and watch that for sure.
Yeah, and I think it just means way more, like, to know where the characters are now.
Yeah.
To understand all that they've been through. If you see one,
yeah,
1 through 3.
Get their backstories a little bit.
And it enriches the MCU because it does connect.
Yeah.
It's not necessary to know all this stuff, but it definitely does, like, enrich the movie watching process.
Oh, yeah, most definitely, because, I mean, you may not see it. I mean, your average moviegoer sees all the movies and are like, yeah, these are good, they're connected, cool, whatever. But if you see the shows, I mean, for me, I mean, I'm sure for you too, it really, like you said, enriches the viewing of it. You know, it really adds to the whole story and the whole aspect of the whole entire MCU.
For sure. And one thing we said we're going to talk about is how this episode really gets into the mystical element.
Yeah.
That they already hinted at that they were going to get into.
Mm-hmm.
Because so when they go into, you see that lady who we saw in the first one whispering into May's ear.
Yeah.
And kind of infects them to see people as like dead.
Yeah.
Or zombies or something like that. Like, it looks like they're dead.
When I saw that, I don't know. I mean, I'm probably 100% positive they're not going in this direction, but it kind of made me think of Marvel Zombies, which was, I don't know. I know for a fact they're not doing. They wouldn't do that on S.H.I.E.L.D.
No.
I don't think they would, but
it's just a hallucination type thing.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of Scarecrow from Batman Begins.
Yeah.
Just changing someone's perception.
Kind of making.
Yeah, but this episode we get more of a. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying he's gonna makes him go crazy, kind of schizophrenic.
Yeah. And in this episode, we really get more into like what is this? So we see them going to some place, some energy company.
Yeah.
That lady. And she breaks out some people that she knows, and it seems like a experiment gone wrong, because that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And how they've been in those boxes or in some type of suspended state for
years,
a long time.
Yeah. One guy comes out, and I don't remember how long he said he thought he'd been in there for. He said maybe a couple weeks or something. And she says, no, we've been in here for years. And he's like, what?
Yeah, so they must have, and they mentioned some book. So I think
the Dark Hold. Yeah.
What was it called? The Dark Book?
Dark Hold.
The Dark Hold. Yeah, so that's definitely like, I don't think this was, maybe it was an energy company like trying to access some mystical power to try to get like unlimited energy.
Yeah.
Just like, like the Tesseract when S.H.I.E.L.D. was trying to access that.
Yeah.
Because it's a source of infinite power, really.
Mm-hmm.
That didn't work out well, and obviously, and this one didn't work out well either.
No, people in the Marvel Universe, especially S.H.I.E.L.D., needs to learn to leave stuff that's not of this earth alone. You know what I mean?
Thor said it best, when he said, "You meddle in things you don't understand."
Yeah.
I think he said that.
You're getting.
He may have said that in the first Avengers to Nick Fury, and he may have said that in the second one to Tony Stark.
Yeah.
Because he can take that stuff on, but
Yeah.
He's like, "Come on, humans, don't."
He's from Asgard. The
Yeah,
they rule the 9 realms.
yeah, they're protectors of the 9 realms.
Yeah. So, I mean,
They put that stuff in a lockup and say, "Okay, I'm gonna leave this here."
and they're like also like you said, you're showing that you're ready for a higher cause of war. That you're ready for more powerful people to come to Earth.
Yeah,
Obviously, Thanos.
because you are harnessing power.
Yeah.
And that begs to challenge more powerful enemies. Vision.
Yeah.
From Civil War said that. And I thought it was pretty interesting how I'll be interested to see how Ghost Rider Robbie Reyes ties into that, because he said, like, I think all this stuff is my fault.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some of that, maybe that extra person that was missing is the spirit that's. They talked about someone else who was out there. The ghost lady did.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the spirit that's possessing Robbie Reyes. And he in this episode, I thought was really surprising, said that I made a deal with the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was interesting because that's different from the origin story that he's possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
Or like he's possessed by the spirit of a serial killer who dismembered and mutilated a bunch of people, at least like 30 people. So it's either a spirit or a demon, or maybe the spirit became a demon. But I thought it was going to be that. But just because he thinks it's the devil doesn't mean it is the devil. So it could be
that's true.
That other spirit.
Yeah.
That was of those people that lasted so long, that just got out of these suspended forms.
Yeah. I mean,
so who knows? I'll be really interested to see how all that.
There's definitely a ton more questions to be answered going forward. I mean, we got 20 more episodes to go, so
yeah,
we'll see.
So they can go a lot of different directions back and forth, and it's cool that because these two stories, the Ghost Rider and what Shield's going through, didn't necessarily have to connect.
No.
So it's cool that they do. And it was really cool to see them, Robbie Reyes, just disintegrate that spirit.
Yeah, that was really
one
cool.
of them. So that was cool.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks that we can't get like more of that. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure we will later on down the road, but I just want so much. I want the Flaming Skull so bad on screen so much more, but
like 24/7.
Yeah. But I mean,
he only uses it when he needs it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was so we can talk about Patriot now.
Yeah.
Which I think that was one of the most awesome, cool moments when May was going crazy, obviously, because it looked like it was dead, infected. She starts fighting everyone, and then the director comes in.
And she's like trying to wail on him, and he just stands there like nothing. What's kind of like Luke Cage.
Yeah, literally invulnerable.
Yeah,
like that's awesome.
Like at first, I was like, is this somehow some like life model decoy somehow? At first, but I was like, well, I mean, they haven't really released that yet, so I don't know. And then he said he was Inhuman. I was like, oh, okay, makes sense.
And that's pretty cool to have like the leader be an Inhuman.
Yeah, and that's what him and Coulson had talked about that. That's one of the reasons why Coulson didn't take the job or whatever, didn't fight more for the job. And they said they wanted a more power, like a person with powers as the director of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And he definitely has powers, and he can handle himself.
Oh, yeah. I think it's awesome.
And we talked, just recently, someone, a bigger nerd than us, realized that the name is the same name given to Patriot, which was a character in the comics who didn't have superpowers, but like we discussed before, I think they're just translating the character to this Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
And the character was inspired by Captain America, so you can So I think they'll probably bring some of that over. That he's very patriotic, honest, kind of hero guy.
Yeah, like Captain America was more, he fought overseas and during with the wars and everything in Germany, and Patriot was more of a homebound, home protector kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I guess he's still with Shield, and he knows it's something different now.
Yeah.
And one thing I thought about in this episode was I was looking at all these government officials going around checking it out. Because they're because you don't want to just trust Shield right away.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't last time, so you just want to keep it safe.
Yeah.
He's obviously going through all the loops and making it as secure as he can. Patriot is.
Yeah.
Jeffrey. And I was wondering if, I know Cap's probably in Wakanda and off the grid, but if he hears that Shield has been reinstated, I think that would be really cool to see his reaction.
He would probably not like it so much. You know what I mean?
And I think it would be a great scene to see him come in and start taking people down.
Yeah.
And the only thing that stops him is seeing Coulson.
Yeah.
And so, if Coulson is here, okay, if Coulson, that was the only thing. I trust Coulson. He tells him I started Shield all over again.
Yeah.
Nick Fury gave me the go ahead.
I rebuilt it from the ground up.
I think that could be a really good scene.
I just want Coulson. I just want that moment where Coulson comes back, or somehow where all the Avengers see him again. I gotta believe that's going to happen. I have to believe that's going to happen.
I think that could be a really cool Avengers Infinity War, or maybe the fourth one.
Yeah.
Where maybe Thanos has done all this, and then the world is like, okay, yeah, we need Shield right away. They're reinstated. And then we could have that scene where Captain infiltrates Shield to shut him down again. And having that scene with him and Coulson, I think would be awesome.
Yeah, and how they're talking is Shield will probably be on maybe one more season. They'll just do 5 seasons, and with that, that will be around the time of Avengers 3 or 4. So that would be a perfect little tie-in, because Shield usually ends around May, and that's when the Avengers movie will come out. So it'll be a little season finale or series finale thing that ties in directly into the Avengers movie, somehow like that.
And they could always just migrate the Inhumans to the movies once they're done. Now that you're saying that,
yeah,
which I didn't know, they could always just migrate them over to the movies, and that'd be a perfect segue. And then they've already got all this background, so it would enrich us people that have watched the show. But it still would be cool. I don't know how they'd tie in the royal family, but I think they'll figure something out.
Somehow, I would think because Inhumans movie will be Phase 4 now, obviously, but somehow Black Bolt comes to New York or wherever or something, and starts to take, hey, I'm the leader of the Inhumans. Come to Adelan.
Yeah.
Something like that. It'd be something cool to see.
Yeah, so I don't think they would ever do that in Avengers 4 just because, well, I doubt it would happen, but the thing is, they said it is the end of things, plus it's the beginning of things.
Yeah, it's the end of Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, all these guys like that, and
so who knows if the Inhumans, if Black Bolt isn't come from some other planet, or maybe he finally comes from Attila or Attilan.
Yeah.
Because he's really okay, this is bad.
Yeah, I need to get control of this.
And so he just yells Thanos into oblivion, and then. That's kind of the beginning and segues into Inhumans having a big part in phases to come.
Yeah.
So maybe. I think that's a long shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's all speculation right now. We don't know what's going to happen. That's 5 or so years down the road. We don't.
Yeah, I just don't see. I couldn't see them just throwing in Inhumans when everyone that's seen the movies knows nothing about that.
Yeah.
Probably people would see it as like a cop out, like saying like, "Oh, he just came out of nowhere."
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, but we'll see. Whatever that, I'm really interested to see what that beginning means.
Yeah.
For the new thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's all I got. The episode, it was it wasn't as good as the first episode for me.
Yeah.
But it was still a good episode. You're gonna have those slower episodes where you build up stuff, but there's a lot more questions now than before with this episode to me.
Yeah, it's more like kind of like setting things up that.
Yeah.
I want to know. Oh, I can't wait to more know about this. I can't wait to see what that means.
Yeah.
And how that's connected. Yeah. And that's what you have when you have a 22 episode season.
Yeah, you can't be on the edge of your seat every week, or you just trying to top it every week. It's going to fall flat on its face when you do something like that. You got to build up to something that pays off in the long run.
Yeah, agreed.
But yeah, that's all I got too. Good episode. If I would have scored maybe 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, I'll give it at least an 8.
Yeah, something like that.
If I'm not upset, it gets at least an 8. Like that was good.
Yeah.
If I don't like it, then it's going below 8.
Yeah, Shield's hit its stride now. You don't really see them put out bad quality stuff anymore.
Yeah.
So
they're getting the money for all those awesome effects, which will be great.
Yeah, and yeah, Luke Cage today. Watched a little bit of it. It's awesome.
Yeah, so we'll be reviewing that after we've both seen 3 episodes. We're gonna do 3 episodes at a time.
Yeah.
And then probably 4 at least once, just because it's an odd number.
Yeah. Probably like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
And then
we'll get on that.
Yeah. But yeah, please like, subscribe, share this video, leave a comment, tell me what you think about the episode 2, and we'll talk to you guys later.
See y'all.